Hello, we have another map here for Farming Simulator 25. It's a French map. I think it's the first French map for Farming Simulator 25 that I've seen. You start here at this beautiful church, which is pretty cool. Got some stained glass windows on there. And it has this really cool, now there's some things on this map too that you don't have on other maps that I'm going to show you. You start out and you got this really cool village right here, a French village. Little cobblestone streets. It's a pretty large map with a lot of detail. Let me just walk down here to the farm and we'll look at these other things on the way. So, yeah, people walking around, some good traffic here. Okay, your farm is right in here to the right. I'm about to run over here. Okay, and this is it. St. Luke's Farm in French. So let's go in here. Now, in typical European fashion, things are a little bit tight. By the way, you own this. Let's go in here for a second. Okay. Now, this is the equivalent of a very small little dairy. Okay, it's a very small dairy. So if you were to get the $36,000 portable dairy, this is what you have. And you have this little, that's a shop where you sell it. And this is where you go to the map or the menu to see what you got. And it's just like one of those $36,000 ones. And you do have a cow pen. So what I did is I put half buffalo, half cows, dairy cows, and then I got milk. So I had buffalo milk and regular milk to get me rolling there. So this is kind of cool. You can look around here. Like I say, there's a lot of detail on this map. It's really nicely done. Theoretically, that's your little shop. Your house is right here. This is where you go to sleep. You cannot go inside, but it's a cool little urban type environment. Clothes on the line. You got your barbecue. This is where you come to do your wardrobe. And now you're into your little farm. You have a baler, a very small baler, and I caution you, look at this repair there. The damage is 1,600%. What you want to do is going to cost you more to fix it than it's worth. So you want to sell that and get another one. You have a horse seeder. This was kind of cool. Now you can add for $1,000. You can put a weeder up here. It's really slow. You know, they got weeders for cheap. But if you're hurting for money, you could do that. Okay, you got your little John Deere tractor there, the one that has 116 horsepower. The 3650 has a weight. It's a little workhorse, does the trick. I'm playing this map and I'm still using that. Okay, you have a storage here for your bales and it holds 250. And the trick is you have to put them up there. Okay, but you do have a front end loader for one of your tractors, your Kloss tractor that's over there that we're going to look at. And it reaches just up there and you can set them down there and it will take the bales and then you can collect them right here. And you have another bale storage too that we're going to look at. You have some seeds here to get you going, a pallet fork. You have a little workshop. Now caution, you're not getting big things in here, but you can get your tractors in here and your trigger for that is right in here. You can come in here and hit that and then fix your tractors, do a little repair on them. This is your Kloss. The John Deere we looked at had 116 horsepower. This is 155. Okay. It's maxed out already. And it has the front end loader. This is what you use to put your bales up on that rack. And it will reach. There's your cow pen we'll look at in just a second. You do start out with like 6 chickens. And this will hold 30. So your eggs are going to spawn right here. Pretty slow because it's a small chicken pen. Okay, you have a pretty large cow barn though. This is where you get your milk. Now let me caution you, you have to back in there. Okay, and that's doable. This thing holds 102 cows. So what I did is I put 51 cows and 51 buffalo in there, 51 dairy cows. Okay, now let me show you this over here. The other side of your little dairy that you have built into the farm is right here. Your dump place is here. You cannot get the standard milk tank in here because it doesn't like to back. Okay. And I have a solution. I'll put a card up, but there's a mod that has a little milk tank in it. It's the Lizard TARDIS mod. It's blue. You'll see it on the mod hub for all platforms. By the way, this map is available for all platforms too. You have a small mower, and you're going to need that because you have cows. You got to start working on some grass. You might want to upgrade that. This is your silo right here. Okay, you pick up here and dump there. It's a little tricky to dump because you got to be right over it. You have your little old Lizard pickup truck. We might take a ride in that in a minute. Okay, you got some storage in here. There's your trailer. There are collectibles on the map. There's 7 if you get lucky and find those. This is your cow pen. Like I said, it holds 102, and you can split that between buffalo and cows. And that's what I did, so I could use both sides of the thing there. You got slurry down here. Now the cows do have a meadow over here, but remember on cows it's only 40% efficiency, so probably don't want to do a whole lot of that. This is your back side. You have some bunker silos here. Got these, and you got 2 here. Okay, I'm going to show you your fields in just a minute. That's one of them. You got this little tiny field here. Okay, you got a flatbed trailer. Now this is more bale storage right here, and it's easier to do, and it holds 1,450 bales. So you can put bales in there. You can also put equipment in there, as you see. So it's multi-purpose. I had a few bales in the back, and then I had, my tractor in there and stuff. So that's pretty cool, and you can get a lot of stuff in there. You have the small class harvester with a little header there and a trailer. You get this little room here, kind of cool. Everything has like 2 doors too. It's kind of neat. You can go in and come out. You do have some lime over here, and you're going to need that. You notice all your fields need lime. And you have a lime spreader, which is pretty awesome. And you got a shed here to put some stuff. You have a plow, and you have a cultivator. Okay, we'll look at some of the stuff on the menu real quick here in a minute. Well, let's go to productions real quick. So this is the productions you have. Let me show you the available ones that the map has. So there's a bakery, biogas plant, carpentry, dairy, sawmill, and then you have a grain mill. Now let me show you something about the dairy though that's peculiar, because you can drop off all your stuff there. There's an issue. Okay, this is your dairy. Now the trouble is, if you were going to buy it, it's only 36 grand. So if you buy it, it's like one of those little small deals, little portable dairy. So it's not really worth the 36 grand to buy that. You have one of those, I guess. And what I did is I put a real dairy for $210,000 because you have a lot of milk with 102 cows. Okay, right over here is your gas station where you get gas. Has 1 pump. Pretty cool though. Pretty cool. Peugeot. All right, now look right next to this grass field here, or the grass. So if you come up here to the gas station and come right over here, you own this field. Okay, it's a grass field, and you'll need that to get started. So you can start cutting grass right away for your cows. Turn that into hay, and start feeding them hay until you can get some silage and TMR and all that stuff. So that's pretty cool. All right, so let's just look at what all you own. Now there's a caution because this thing is spread out more than you would think. So you have this grass field, you have this grass field, you have these 2 regular fields right here by your farm, that wheat, and then the canola right there. Okay, so you have those. You have 2 little ones over here with also wheat and canola in there. Okay. Okay, zoom out a little bit. You have a field way over here, okay? And then over here you have a field. And this field's been harvested, but it has straw in there. And you got those 2 grass fields. Now the AIs, I had trouble with this one in particular. Kept getting stuck up here with the trees and stuff. So I ended up selling those two, and I bought this field and planted grass in there, and that worked great. Let's hop over to this field. I'll let you take a look at that. See what I mean? It gets you going. Like I said, I had to, check the AI, manually cut a little bit of it because they kept getting stuck in these trees. But it works pretty good. All right, we'll take a look at these fields. This is right by your farm. Okay, there's your farm right there. And then you have that field and this field. All right, let's look at some other points of sale here. You got a place here you can get bells, sell point. Okay, this is the carpentry shop. That's the bell place right there. We're going to hop in our pickup truck here. First, I guess, let's go to the shop. It's right here close. Look at these pretty buildings. Pretty cool. So there's your farm on the right, your field there, your first field. Okay, there's the shop on the left. Just past the shop there, straight away, you got a sell point. And this is your shop. Your stuff will spawn there. This is where you do maintenance. Up that way, that'll take you to the gas station and the dairy. I'm like a madman here. I do like the little town. It's pretty cool. There's your farm. These doors are to your farm too. Holding up traffic here. See in there. So I like how it has the doors, to the outside. This is where your eggs would be. There's a church, straight ahead to the left. Okay, we're going to go down this way. This is where the biogas plant is. Sell slurry there, straw, whatnot. Okay, right here next to us, they call it a landscaper, but this is kind of like the warehouse where you can go buy stuff. And then they got a couple of points of sale here. Your water tower straight away. There's your field with the straw in it. So you have several bales of straw that you can get. Your biogas plant. This is where you take your slurry up here, right there. Your view up here. Sell point right here. Bakery, they take milk. You can buy that. There's your farm, straight away there. It's a pretty map. A lot of detail, a lot of detail. Crosswalks, the cobblestones in town. Okay, there's a sell point here at the mill for grain. Caution, don't get a trailer that doesn't back because you have to back it in here. Okay, I upgraded my trailer and then didn't back up, and yeah, there you go. Okay, let me show you something here that's really unique to this map. Okay, you probably guessed this is a sawmill. And what is unique is you can work these cranes. It shows these under your equipment. Okay, this one's at the railroad track, so you could sell logs on the train. Okay, and this is another one, and I'll show you how you sell these. Now, the way you work this thing, took some figuring out. Okay, and you got your basic crane controls. You know, you just like a regular. If you've worked any other kind of logging equipment, you know this thing will work just like that. Okay. However, it took me a minute to figure out how to get it to go down this track. See the track? Because what you got to do is put it on that rack down there. So what you got to do is hold in on console, you hold in LB and RB and use the left joystick, and it'll make it go down this track. So what you do is you come over here, you pick up your logs, and you're going to drop them onto this thing. Okay, you drop them on there. And once you get them on there, you put a bunch of logs on there, and you hit this deal. Activate dock. So on console, you hit B, and this thing is going to go up all the way up there, and it takes your logs up to the top and puts them on there. Pretty cool. Okay, put your logs up there, and then it takes them on into the sawmill. So that's pretty cool. Now you can just take your logs over to here, okay, and sell them. But if you want to play with that crane, that is pretty cool. So when you look at your equipment, you actually own those two cranes, but you can't sell them. Okay, you can buy this sawmill for $300,000. So like I said, when you cycle through your equipment, there's our truck. You got this one at the railroad on the other side, and then you got this one here. And that's pretty cool. Now, if you're on PC, the way you make this thing go up and down the track is you're going to press the middle mouse button and then move the mouse left and right, and it will go up and down the track like that. So that took me a little bit of figuring out to do, so I just want to show you that. But that's pretty cool. This sawmill is something different. I haven't seen, you know, something like that before. Certainly in Farming Simulator 25. Now, this map was in 22, but they've updated it and made it better. And it's for 25 now. But it's a pretty cool map. Pretty cool map. Okay, right up here, your other two small fields. Okay, right there. You got wheat and canola there. These little tiny fields on the map right here. And if you come out this way, you own this field right here to the right. Pretty good sized field. It's got wheat in it. It's about 5 acres. Okay, right there. Okay, a little more things, a couple more things on the map. Okay, that's the biogas plant, the water tower. So you can come here and get water if you want, which is kind of cool. It's a water source. Up on this part of the map, you got where the train is. You rent the train there to sell your regular goods. That's where your logging crane is. So you come here to rent the train. You'd have to put your logging stuff in there first. There's your logging crane. Okay, up here you got the animal dealer. There's also a sell point for bells and straw and stuff. Got an agriculture shop over here. It's another sell point. Quite a bit of stuff on here. There's a well here where you can get water. This is on the edge of one of your grass fields here, the one to the east. You have a well over here to get water, which is pretty cool. So it comes with a couple of water sources. And that's pretty much the map. Just go to the construction mode here so you can have a little bit of an aerial view. I could use my PC and fly around, but this is just quicker. So you got the mill there. There's your two small fields. Your other big field is down here. That's 5 acres of wheat. These are small. Aerial view of your farm, your cow pen, slurry. You can sell some of this. Fields there. Like I say, you only have these two right here. So what I did is I bought or sold the other ones and bought these fields closer to my farm. Just made it so much easier to work around. So it's a beautiful map, nice scenery, got a beautiful village. Give us a thumbs up. I'm Farmer Teacher. If you have any questions, hit me up in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.